Hi guys, how you doing? Today is the 3rd of April. It is the 3rd, isn't it? 3rd of April 2023. And this video I think is going to go on Instagram and YouTube. If you're on YouTube and you enjoy this video, I tend to do these sorts of videos I try 3 to 4 times a week on Instagram. So if you enjoy it, please do follow me on Instagram at Healing for Ascension. The links to all my social media are below on YouTube. Okay, so 2 things in this video. I say this as we're coming up to the next full moon. Full moons are all about the big release, and this feels like it's going to be a big release. Okay, when you're on your healing path, or your awakening path, or your spiritual path, whatever, however you call it, there will be moments on that path where you experience some form of, there'll be many moments where you re-experience pain, physical pain, emotional pain, mental pain. You may start with the dreams again, the nightmares again. You may start with the pain body again, and you may start to think, why am I healing? I've been on my healing path a while. I feel as though I'm going back in time because I'm starting with those dreams again and it's starting to hurt again. And you may start to feel, am I not doing something correctly? What's wrong with me? Why am I feeling this? It's perfectly normal. It's perfectly normal. I am more concerned when people just don't feel anything, because everything's just amazing, beautiful. They concern me, those people. Always have, always will. Because actually, if you're authentically going on your healing path, you will experience, not all the time, depending on where you're at, and it's different for everyone, you will experience moments where you feel as though you've stepped back. But always remember my saying of stepping back, being pulled back to spring forward. So if you're experiencing dreams or even nightmares, or even your panic attacks have started to come, or the panic attacks have started to come out, not your panic attacks, the panic attacks have started to come back, don't beat yourself up about it. Don't let it become the excuse that maybe you needed or it needed to take you off your path again. Just nurse yourself through it. And I don't usually use the word nurse, but yeah, nurse yourself through it. Don't codependent yourself through it. Don't dramatize yourself through it. Nurse yourself through it. Love yourself through it and allow yourself to experience it. Don't go, shit, I can't be spiritual because I'm in pain today, or I can't be spiritual, I'm doing something wrong because today I had a panic attack for the first time in 5 years. Be thankful that you're still feeling. There are way too many people out there at the minute that do not feel, that refuse to feel, on the path, off the path. So be thankful that you're feeling and understand that your body needs to sometimes purge. When we have a trauma, if a trauma causes a panic attack as it goes into the body, so say you go through a divorce, and through that divorce you start with panic attacks as the trauma comes into the body. When the trauma starts to come out of the body, and it can take months, years, lifetimes, don't be triggered by that. As the trauma comes up out the body, it is only sensible that it will re-cause panic attacks. So you may go through a period where you've done some healing, you've got to a steady space with it, and then the next layer of the onion comes up and you're like, God, I thought I dealt with that, and it starts to come up again. It's perfectly normal. And it's perfectly normal that if when you were going through that you had a lot of nightmares, or if you dream about that person, dreams are absolutely precious. Because during your dream state, you are allowed to go into parts of your consciousness and parts of the astral realm that you can't physically get to as a physical human being. You can meet up with people in the astral in the dream state where you can't meet up with them physically. So that's also the reason why we dream. We dream of people and situations. It's also your body's way of healing. So say if you go through a situation where, say it's a divorce, and you start dreaming, going through the early stages of the divorce, and your dreams are quite toxic, nightmare-y, etc, etc. And the more you dream about them, all of a sudden the dreams start changing, and it becomes where the person that you're dreaming about becomes lighter, brighter, and it actually becomes a nice feeling, if that makes sense. That's how you heal, and that's what a therapist once said to me. That's actually a normal part of the process of healing, is that that's how your dream state helps in the process of healing. So give yourself some space, give yourself some time, and give yourself some leeway. It's perfectly normal. When we start to heal either through therapy, counselling, cognitive behaviour therapy, spiritual therapy, etc., the body is fired back up. Because actually the body is a natural healer. The body is meant to heal itself. But because of the density of the earth that we've come into, we've dumbed that down. So when you start to embrace your healing path, whatever it is for you, your healing sessions will start to clear away the layer of the onion. But also your body will wake up and start firing up and remembering how it needs to release traumas organically. So you'll have stuff coming from your healing sessions. You'll also have stuff coming organically through the full moons and new moons, your own astrological chart, the Mercury retrogrades, the Schumann resonance, the awakening energies. So your body will then start to organically release, and it's powerful. It's powerful. So be gentle with yourself. So part 2 of this video is off of the back of yesterday's Trump video. Some brilliant comments, some really brilliant, some crazy comments. We get them. The funny, we just get rid of them, because why do you get rid of comments? Because people come onto the thread to antagonise from all, and they use my space to antagonise people. So somebody will put something really positive down and they'll come in and they'll start. So we just take them off. We don't accept clowns onto the channel. But honestly, do you know, when I did that video, I thought, I am dreading the comments on this. And you know, I actually have had such a heart-opening experience with it, because I've seen so many comments that say, you know what, Claire, I really love Trump. Fine, brilliant. But I can see what you mean about his shadow. Stuff like that, or I really love Trump, but yeah. So one of you put, I really love Trump, but I wish he'd shut his mouth. And I was like, you know, that's where we need to be at. That's where we need to be at. Or, I really hate Trump, but this video has made me think, and actually I'm going to go away now and rewatch or journal or deal with my own triggers. And I thought, that's where we need to be. That's where we need to be. One of you also put, why are people so scared to support Trump? And when it came through, I was like, yeah. I had a download this morning, and one of the main reasons why at this time we have so many players on the world stage that are triggering us. Some are political, some are royal, some are celebrity, some are models, actors, writers. Some are influencers on YouTube like myself that come on to trigger. It's because it's part of the bigger picture. It's part of the plan where we can go through our triggers and our dark night of the souls with these people. But then we get to a stage where we go, actually, the divine in me sees the divine in you. And that's when you know you're doing a good job on your healing path. I have certain people on the world stage, I struggle with this. I know when I had to channel Jimmy, and Peter Sutcliffe, I had to get into a state of that, because there's no way I could have channeled those two people without getting into the divine in me sees the divine in you, because it just would have been a toxic channeling, if that makes sense, because the information would have come through my vessel that would have still been in a form of trigger towards that. So I had to do a lot of work pre-doing that. I've got somebody else that's going to be channeled, I don't know when, but again, I've got to do a lot of personal work before I can do that. But when this download came in this morning, I thought it was really beautiful, and I thought it made so much sense that I think that that's what we're trying to do here. It's not about not feeling it, it's about acknowledging what you're feeling, but then working towards a point where the divine in me sees the divine in you. And there are a few people, including myself at times, that can struggle with that, with certain people. I'm not going to start naming names, because again, that can bring in a kickback. Why are you naming that person, not that person? But we're in interesting times. Also, as well, one of the things that Spirit said this morning, if you find yourself being a fan of Trump, Biden, Meghan, Charles, I don't know, Diana, Putin, or anyone. Why have you put Diana in all of those names, Claire? I'd get that. I'm going to get that comment. I know I am. It's just an example. Because Diana can be a huge trigger for people. People can get really toxic when you mention the word Diana. Weird energies at the minute. True, it's true. If you're a fan of those people and you really like them, nothing wrong with being a fan or an admirer of. It's a sycophant energy I get concerned with. The truth is that everyone has light and dark within them. So if you've got someone that really likes someone and can see the good, they are correct because they are seeing the good in that person. If you've also got somebody saying they are this, they are that, and I don't like them, they are also correct because everyone has light and dark in them. So all this narrative at the minute was what side, I mean, somebody did put in the comments, still trying to work out if Trump's a goodie or a baddie. Lame. Honestly, that's really lame. If you're watching my stuff trying to figure out, is he the goodie or is he the baddie? You're going to be watching it for a long time. Because the video's not about, is he a goodie or is he a baddie? He's a multi-dimensional human being that has aspects of light. He also has aspects of dark. He's done great good for the world. He's also done great trauma for the world. He's caused a lot of chaos, but he's also done many good deeds. What's that thing with that place in America, Ignorant, showing my ignorance here, that had a chemical spill or something, and he's gone and taken loads of water there now. Some people could look at that and go, that's just for getting his tick boxes with the press, etc. and the people, or people can go, actually, that's a real act of kindness. It depends what filter you're looking at things as well. And always remember as well, the world is mirrors. So if somebody, be it in your own personal life, or the global stage is triggering you, it is because an aspect of what you're being triggered by is within yourself. And it's either in yourself now or it's been a part of you in a past life. One more thing before I go. One comment came through and you said, I can't see Trump being Thomas Andrews because Thomas Andrews was a good guy. He was a real gentle, humble soul. You don't understand past lives then. Because past lives, we are everything. You as an incarnated soul will be everything. You'll be the abuser, the paedophile, the victim, the survivor. You will experience what it is to be all skin colours. You will experience what it is to live in all different countries, all different belief systems. So everything within us is within us. So one lifetime you could be a kind, humble person. The next one you could be one of the darkest, evilest people in the world. Okay? We have been everything. And if you've not been everything, you will be in the future. So also watch how you're pointing the finger. Because even when you're pointing the finger at the big abusers in the world, the universe is watching, you're not learning, so you then need to come down and be the abuser. And that's how it works. So it's about being careful. And it's stuff I have to work on as well. Being careful what we put out into the world. Okay? Thanks for watching. Love to all. And I will see you later. Bye.